Good morning to you. It must be 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, October the 19th of 2020, because I'm your host, Brandon Hardison, for another edition of Hardison'S Tips. Now, we're going to get to it because you're trying to get ready for work, whether it's key account, major account, up and down the street, door to door, or retail sales. Hey, got another email, so keep sending them. And person was a little upset that we focused a whole week on dealing with people who do door-to-door salesmen. Well, they're part of our brethren and sister too. So they do B2B door-to-door up and down the street. So they were asking for some suggestions. So let's dedicate the week to them to be fair. So let's do this. B2B is a very demanding job. B2B is the closest thing that we can get to door, but it's business instead of someone's home. So we do need to look at some of the attributes of how to do this job effectively. So if you're shopping for a new vacuum cleaner, it's easy to compare features to find one that meets your dust busting needs, if you will. But what if you want a cleaning service to come to your house? What if you're looking for providers that can do something that you do not know how comfortable you want them into your home or small business? What do you do? How do you know which one provides the best service? The question gets to the heart of any selling service has to compete with business up and down the street, as we keep call it B2B. Whether you're selling to other companies, other consumers, selling services, selling yourself, selling your team's expertise, the value your company brings to the client or the customer is a tricky prospect, but there are ways to make it work. First thing, we need to differentiate. We need to separate. We need to be seen, our business, as something different. So, what can you distinguish about your business that no one else is doing? According to the U.S. Small Business Administration, only about 50% of businesses survive 5 years or longer. One of the primary reasons, they get out competed. To make it past the 5 year mark, you'll need to know your competition. You need to know how to differentiate yourself from them, and especially when selling intangible products. We need to conform a complete analysis to better understand where you're trying to fit in the market, research your competition. Doesn't have to be anything fancy to start. Set up a spreadsheet that includes your company, your competitors, the areas that you want to compare, general capabilities, the targeted market, how the market and sales will strengthen, weaken during certain times of the year. You can also gather information on your competitors by connecting with them. Join industry associations, attend events like the chambers, find ways to socialize. You'll learn a lot from each and every one of these relationships that you go to. And finally, check out your competitor. We can get reviews from a lot of places, so we're not going to ask you for one, but you can find out a lot by what the customer has said about them in their review. If they say nothing negative, then you know you may have somebody that's there. But if they're primarily getting hit with negative views, that's an opportunity because they're experiencing customer burnout. By contrast, when you look at your business, what your process is, what you're prepared to do in that same market, here's where we need to step up our game as far as the processes are concerned. Remember, biggest thing that we can do is do a great job, and also the area that people were unhappy with, people didn't clean up after themselves. So whether you show up early, whether you stay late, whether you do something different while you're at that business, there has to be a niche that you're known for, that people will always remember you and your team because they always do this. When you do this, here's part of your marketing done for you because the customers are going to say some great stories about why you were there and doing your thing. Another thing about going to small businesses, we need to be sitting with them, conducting interviews about meeting what's going on in their little community, maybe where your expertise can help them out. Don't have to do it all the time, but if you see that somebody is really wants to grow their business, and if you can assist them in that area, and let's say they're in a strip mall situation, what have you just positioned yourself to do to make sure that the other businesses in that area look at you as a way that probably can assist them in growing their business? Once again, Brad and Hardison for Hardison's Tips. Don't want to keep you long because I know you got to get out there and do your thing. So, as always, in parting, you go out and make it a champion.